Think of the last time you couldn't stop replaying something in your mind. A conversation, a decision, a mistake. You weren't in the moment, you were trapped in a loop. And here's the unsettling part. Your brain can create storms, even when the sky is perfectly clear. Because when you overthink, your mind becomes less like a compass and more like a maze. Let's start with a simple truth. Overthinking is not thinking too much. It's thinking the same thing without getting anywhere. It feels like problem solving, but really it's problem stretching, taking a single worry and pulling it so far that it becomes unrecognizable. Your brain tries to help, but instead it amplifies every scenario, every risk, every regret, until reality becomes just one version among many imagined ones. So what actually happens in your brain when you overthink? Your mind activates a network called the default node network, the part responsible for imagination, memory, and self-reflection. It's powerful and creative, but when it spins out of control, it becomes a factory of worst-case scenarios. Suddenly, your internal narrator starts whispering, "What if you're wrong? What if you fail? What if they think differently of you?" And these questions don't lead to answers, they lead to more questions. Overthinking is like opening too many tabs on a computer. One tab says, "Why did I say that?" Another says, "What if tomorrow goes wrong?" Another says, "I need to figure out everything right now." Each tab drains mental energy until your brain starts lagging. You lose focus. You forget simple things. And even small decisions, like what to wear or what to eat, feel strangely heavy because your brain is stuck fighting battles that don't exist anywhere except inside your mind. And here's where it gets interesting. Your brain is designed to predict danger. It evolved to keep you safe, but it can't tell the difference between an actual threat and an imagined one. So when you overthink, your body reacts as if something bad is happening, even when nothing is. Your heart beats faster, your muscles tense, your breathing becomes shallow. You're preparing for a fight that never comes. And here comes the twist. The more you try to think your way out, the deeper you fall in. Overthinking tricks you with this promise. If I analyze it enough, I'll finally feel in control. But instead, you feel less control, less clarity, less peace. Overthinking doesn't solve problems, it just makes them louder. Let's talk about one of the biggest thought traps, the what-if spiral. What if I fail? What if I embarrass myself? What if things never get better? Each what-if is like adding another brick to a wall that blocks your way forward. Before you know it, you're stuck behind your own imagination. But the truth is, most what-ifs never happen. They're ghosts your mind invents, shadows without substance. Then there's the past loop. Replay, rewrite, regret. Your brain keeps nudging you, "You should have done better, you should have known better, you should have said something else." But notice something, you can replay the past, but you can't rewrite it. You can only drain yourself trying. Meanwhile, the present slips by unnoticed. Why does overthinking feel impossible to escape? Because your brain gets a tiny reward every time you analyze something, a small hit of certainty, a feeling that you're doing something. But certainty isn't what you get. You get exhaustion, anxiety, mental fog. Your brain is stuck working overtime while your life stands still. And now here's the surprising part. The opposite of overthinking isn't stop thinking. It's start doing. Your brain can't be stuck in the past or terrified of the future when you give it something concrete to engage with. A task, an action, a step, even a small one. Action breaks the loop. Motion interrupts the maze. And your brain, relieved, finally quiets down. Here's the lesson your mind has been trying to teach you. You don't need to think more to find peace. You need to think differently. Let go of the impossible task of controlling every outcome. Move forward one step at a time. Because clarity doesn't come from overthinking, it comes from living.